matter.
All right, Sambhav, thank you very much for sharing more details and adding information. Now, the Supreme Court will continue hearing a batch of petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the Waqf Amendment 2025. A bench comprising Chief Justice Sanjiv Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar and KV Viswanathan was willingly to issue a notice on the petitions and pass a short order. However, the centre and some of the states have sought time to place their submissions before any interim order is passed. The Apex Court will now hear the matter at 2 p.m. today. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what the Supreme Court observed yesterday. That also became a point of contention for the observation of the opposition, as well as the bench of the Supreme Court made these observations while categorically looking at the petitions and the batch of petitions of the Waqf Amendment. First of the observation that in fact we must look at and remember, viewers, it is critical to understand the bench that had remarkably stated these arguments while also passing the in fact judgment on this. Article 26 is secular and applies to all the communities, is what the bench told. Now, Article 26 does not bar any enactment of the Waqf Act. Very important point that has been put in focus, that the Parliament enacts laws for the Hindus also. These are some of the judgments and some of the observations that have been made by the bench, while also saying that protected monuments cannot be Waqf assets. This is also very important as the opposition continues to indulge into the argument over this. The bench stated that law protects ancient monuments like Jama Masjid from Waqf. All the monuments that have been categorically listed as under the protected category, they cannot be put into the Waqf banner. Now, importantly, the properties can be secular. What is the problem with the registration? If the properties that are of secular nation comes under the rights that have been protected and given by, enshrined by the Constitution, then why does it not get registered, is what the observation said. Now, government imposing limitation is not unconstitutional. If there is a limitation as per the observation made by the bench of the Supreme Court, then that imposition by the government is not unconstitutional. Also saying that the bench said that we are told Delhi High Court is built on the Waqf land. That is also very important as the arguments were underway. This remark also cleared the air, that the bench took the cognizance and said that the Delhi High Court in itself has been made on the Waqf land, is what the petitioners have also argued. Then they also argued that we are not saying that all the Waqf by user is wrong, but there is genuine concern of also highlighting that how much land does the Waqf board controls. Also saying that not all the Waqf by user land has been wrongly registered, but there is definitely a need for the introspection and for the re-verification of the processes that have been ongoing for a long time. Legislature cannot declare any judgment or degree of court as void, is what in fact another observation has taken the note of. While this is very important, our concern is if Waqf by user is denotified, if the Waqf land that has been announced as an asset and that has been given by the board itself as an asset and that has not been registered or notified, is what the bench said their main concern is. The Waqf by user notification has huge implications and they will issue a notice to the central government as well, while also maintaining that one thing is very disturbing, that is the violence, and that means the violent protests that have been erupting in the district of Murshidabad, where there have been 3 deaths, and that has also become the latest flashpoint on the Waqf stir that has been ongoing in the country. Importantly, Article 26 is secular and applies to all communities, is what the bench had also comprised of. Viewers, now we have taken a close look at the observation to get us an understanding of how exactly the bench of the Supreme Court yesterday had made the entire case of the petitioners and also given the clarifications on what should be considered as the premise for the hearing today. That will happen at 2 p.m. and all details and developments will be followed.